everybody, and welcome to the 15.2 Axosoft release webinar. We're going to go over just some very brief information about what's new in 15.2, changes to the system, and I'll go ahead and try to show you some of that. My name is Jeff Schinella. I'm with product development here, and if you have any questions during the webinar, feel free to post them to the chat, and Alan will answer your questions. The two major components in 15.2 that we're going to cover are what we're calling super tabs. Tabs have been given a significant change and a role in the system, so I'll go over some of what that is and how it can be useful for you and your team. And also we had some minor updates to the UI, portal security roles being one. I'll briefly cover that, but it should only be a few minutes as it's not much. So first off, we'll get into just the new UI. As you can see by looking, there's some differences that we've got involved. Tabs now run across the entire top of the application, and the significance of that is that your tab now is going to control your entire view for the system. So the organized panel now is subject to your tab. Clicking between each tab will update the organized panel, its expansion or collapse, and what it has selected. So what this means is each of your tabs will have its own unique view. You can set up tabs to have information that is useful for you, and we've gone ahead and made changes to tabs that allow you to do that even more than before. So as you can see, the tabs I have set up are very specific to me. I have an all items tab, which is where I'll just go to get an overview of all my information. This might be my general place to come to filter by project or release and just see what work and where it is. But I also have a My Items tab where I can have a filter applied for bugs and features, all assigned to me, where I can see what work I have pending, what work is completed of mine, or what I should be doing next. And again, these tabs are savable, customizable, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. Another way to treat this is you can create a custom tab specific for different things that you want to see. Sprints and releases, for example, you can have this tab to show you at a quick glance a sprint status that you might be currently actively working on. You can set it up the way you want with groupings and priorities, filters applied, and each tab has a context menu. So right-clicking on the tab, choosing to save it, and giving it a name will allow you to save this tab to be viewable for any point in the future, or to just always have visible and come to whenever you want to see it. When you save a tab, it becomes available in the little plus menu, so you can have multiple instances of that tab and just modify it slightly if you want a different view, or you can simply just load tabs as you need them, depending on what you want. We also have tabs specific to item types, as we did before, and also non-item type tabs. Non-item types can have custom tabs as well. So you can go ahead and add multiple dashboard tabs or multiple work log tabs, whatever works for you. Again, you would just set this up in a way that is useful for getting information the way you want to see it. That all said, we can find that the way you would save a tab is if you came in here and changed column size or hit a field. You could right-click on your tab, save it as its view, and that would become available. You could also load a specific tab into the current view. So for example, the All Items tab I'm on, I want to update the current tab. I can do that by right-clicking, Apply Save Tab Settings, and picking from potentially any one of these. Workload by person is one that we have set up that could be very useful for people, where you just have a preset filter for all grouped by assigned to, and you could see the work that each person is working on and the current progress. Again, if you wanted to come back, you could just load the original tab right back in here. I'm sorry, that was not the original one. Just the original All Items tab whenever you want. So feel free to set these up how you like and begin to explore and experiment and make them useful for you and your team. A couple other things to mention in the UI is the location of reports. Reports used to be in the Tools menu. Underneath here, we removed that and put them in the tab menus. So for like your tickets or incidents, you will find your reports underneath the print menu, and you can access any report you want. Run that report just like you would before. Nothing's changed. It's just the location's been moved. We've also moved the location of the archived setting very briefly. Just made more sense in the filters drop down, since it is just applying a filter for your archived items. Find that more accessible to you there. And the only other thing to talk about would be that the customer portal security roles. We went ahead and just reorganized the UI on portal security roles so that it was a little bit clearer to see the relationships of each particular permission and what it was exactly controlling or setting for the users of that role. So there's nothing new about the roles themselves. You'll just see a clear organization of the functionality for each particular role. And we hope that helps people to understand a little bit just more the power and functionality that can happen through the portal. And lastly, but not leastly, we did make a minor UI update to the way items are grouped. So when you group by release specifically, you can now see that there are groupings for each particular item. Here, let's turn this on here because I loaded a new tab. So when you have multiple sprints that are named Sprint 1, we now show the full path to that sprint, so you can see which particular release or version that sprint belongs to. It gives you a little bit better understanding of what is where. And that about covers it. So if there's no questions, we'll go ahead and thank you for attending our 15.2 release webinar. This should be rolled out anytime in the next 2 weeks. So expect to see that then, depending on what server you're on. And if you have any questions, again, feel free to contact Axosoft support, customer success. Follow us on Twitter, and thanks for watching.